Hello, I'm Jules.
Hello, I'm Sarah.
And welcome to a very special Jules and Sarah, the podcast.
This is Jules and Sarah's first birthday podcast. Whole year. Go on.
A first birthday?
Yeah.
That means... And it's on YouTube.
You can now. This is what's special about it, because not only can you listen to the podcast, you can actually watch the podcast.
So they can see it.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, we don't look very birthday,
I don't
do we?
look very thin.
No. Oh. Hang on a minute. That's better. I love a party. Yay! Oh, mine didn't work.
Oh, don't put it at
you
me.
bought duds.
Cheers.
Cheers, darling.
Cheers, darling. Happy birthday.
Guys.
Happy birthday.
Well, I mean, that's all over now. Should we crack on with the actual podcast?
That's it now. That's the celebrations. That's the fun and the celebrations out of the way. I loved it, putting the hats on, because we were both like, don't put it under your chin.
We've basically got hats on if you are listening and you're not watching this. But we both said, we were like, we can't go under the chin, can it? Because it's
like a cheese wire.
Well, exactly. You don't want it cutting all your neck here.
Through.
This might be a birthday podcast, but I'm remaining chic.
Of course. Mine's actually tucked under my ear.
Oh, stealth.
Yes,
Oh,
look at that. Could rub.
Oh.
Could cause me problems later down the line on the podcast.
In front of us now, there's loads of party poppers, and for me, it's like devil's advocate. Like, all I want to do is just start popping them constantly.
Okay, well, throughout the podcast, and just a warning.
One more.
Yeah, go on, one more.
Yay!
It's the smell. I love the smell of them afterwards. Is it gunpowder? Probably
Who
not.
knows? Oh, and we're actually quite close to November, so...
Yeah, we are.
I can't believe we've been doing this for a year.
I know, a whole year. Look at me, no thinner.
It's so... it's so...
Not a pound lost. I've loved every second.
Me too.
Loved every moment of it.
It's actually been so nice, because every week we do this podcast, and... we've just got to sit and chat with each other for half an hour, 45 minutes every single week. And now you lot are listening in on the chat too. So you probably know more about me than anyone else.
Definitely. You know more about me.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, you know things about me I didn't know about myself.
I know the ins and outs, but also we couldn't have done this without the Port Salut crew.
No.
You guys, like, honestly, it's just insane, isn't it? That it's like, it's building and it's all really lovely and you're part of it with us and it's just,
Yeah, and thank you for writing to us as well, because when we first set up the PO box, I mean, I thought I'd just be going down there and a man would have to go, sorry, love, no, nothing again. Yeah, nothing's come. So the fact that you've written to us and you've sent us biscuits have been sent in, cards, postcards. There was the...
Oh, I forgot about the biscuits. I was looking at you going, and then I was like, what biscuits? I remember now.
Do you know why you forgot them? Because I ate them.
Yes.
You were like, yes, I've nibbled, I've tried. And then I was like, it's fine, don't worry about it, I'll eat them all. So, yeah, thank you. Thanks for sticking with us.
It's very commendable, really.
Yeah, sometimes it has been testing. We've had lurgy, we've had hangovers, we've had...
Post-festival chat on my side. That's a miracle. We've never missed a week.
No, we haven't. We have not missed a week. We have Christmas specials, we've had the Easter special, the bunnies... Oh, we've all...
My 30th, your birthday.
Thanksgiving, Harvest Festival. We've celebrated them, what children in need. We've been there throughout
Happy Hanukkah.
A whole year. Sort of like country file, but just us.
Just us.
Yes.
But we thought we'd do a little, like, what we love the most. What things that we've learned that we didn't know about.
Yeah, things that we've learnt that we didn't know before we started doing the podcast. I didn't know how much we loved Port Salut.
Who knew?
You know,
and that's from episode 1.
Yes, episode 1 is Jules and Sarah with Port Salut.
Oh, and like what? And if we didn't have talked about Port Salut, we wouldn't have Port Salut crew.
No, we wouldn't. So yeah, the love of Port Salut never ceases to amaze me.
I'm also obsessed with when you guys write in. It's amazing that when you send the postcards, like the cowgirls in Calgary.
Yes.
Who knew? I feel like my global pub quiz knowledge is really building.
Yeah, we're laughing and we're learning all the time. There was that gorgeous little street in Japan wasn't there? That somebody had written in with that lovely little picture.
Chic little Strasser.
Yeah, just gorgeous. Really lovely. Also, I mean, we've learnt things about each other. I didn't realise quite how feral I was on holiday before you pointed it out to me.
Well, I didn't know how feral you were on holiday, and I probably... Well, we might not be doing the podcast if I knew before. It's a good job we were in it then, wasn't it?
And you could understand. It was all in context. If you found out before then how feral I am, you might have been like, see her every week? You must be joking.
You also didn't know that I could do my helium voice.
I didn't know. Go on, you've got to say happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Jules and Sarah.
It's so good. It's so good. I love it. Normally, when we do the podcast, we do it in the cab office. And it gets really warm, doesn't it, in that cab office?
It's offensive.
Yeah, and so it can get slowly, sort of, with the warmth and you're a little bit unwell, it can sort of get a bit messy.
I think it's when we do it with alcohol.
Yes. I mean, the third podcast we ever did was Jules and Sarah with wine.
Because we were curious.
Yeah.
We wanted to know. We were like, I wonder if we can involve alcohol in this podcast recording.
Well, we were also gagging for a drink. That's how it really came about. We were like, I'm sure we could drink while we did it. And we had a bottle of wine, and we were saying it's like when you fly. You know, if you go on a flight and for some reason it can just catch you and you can just get really drunk really quickly. And that's what happened. And it was one of the most difficult edits of the podcast that we just kept starting again. We were just like, I've lost my thread. What was I talking about?
We had more than one. We had more than one bottle.
Oh,
I
maybe
swear,
we did.
it was like it was lethal. And then the next day it was like, I can't even remember what we talked about. And then we listened back, and it was the horrible thing of listening back to yourself whilst wasted, and you're like, is that what it sounds like? Yeah. Like, that's not even funny. Why have you cracked this joke? Like, that's actually rubbish.
And getting louder, slowly getting louder over the course of it.
I mean, we're pretty loud already.
Yeah, we're very loud.
It's a good job that cab office is soundproof.
Yes. Parma violet cheese needs to get a mention, because if it wasn't for the podcast, we would not know that such a thing could even
exist.
Even be possible. Actually, so, and thank you, because we got sent some.
Yeah.
I mean, to get sent cheese is kind of the dream for us.
Pretty much. Dangerous.
Yeah. I mean, we didn't know that was a life goal, but it is. To be sent cheese in. If you have got any cheese to be sent in, we'll give out the P.O. box. We will give out the P.O. box at the end.
Now, I actually taught you what an affogato was.
Yeah, I didn't know. A surprise pudding.
Such a good pudding because it comes with caffeine.
Yes. And it's a little shot of coffee with a bit of Mr. Whippy in, really, isn't it?
Whipped cream, Sarah, not Mr. Whippy.
It can be ice cream, though.
But sometimes it would be a bowl, or like a
scoop.
Yeah, thank you.
A boule.
I know, I was in French. I was like, a boule of ice cream.
A boule of ice cream. How you say scoop? Scoop.
Saying it in a French accent doesn't make it French.
Yeah. Scoop. No, that's a French person trying to say scoop. Do you know what? We had once, when I was back at home, Mum had these French friends, and the daughters came to stay with us.
Yeah.
And so all the time it would be, well, what do you call this? And what do you know, things that they don't teach you. And I remember it was raining. Yeah, what's this? And it was raining, and we were out on the path outside, and there was a slug, right? Yeah. And she went, oh, how you say this? And we were like, well, what do you call it in French? It was the most lovely word. It was something like mille-fois. It wasn't, but it was
mille-fois, like a pastry.
Like a pastry. And the first French that came to mind, pastry. And we went, yeah, we call it a slug. It's called a slug. And the French girl, she would say, a slug? Like this, trying to like...
So was this your exchange partner?
Kind of, yeah. They were friends of the family that had come to stay with us. But yeah, slug. She just couldn't believe that we developed this word.
Imagine being this really, really chic French girl and then being like handed over to the Powells of just this like family of craziness. Then she'd be like...
Come in, love, do you want a brew?
You'd be like...
You're not going mad for brew.
What is this? What is this? Where am I?
Where am I? Would they have the slug?
Gosh, that's hilarious.
They're living with a slug.
I had to do a homestay once when I was in France.
Yeah.
And I couldn't believe it. I went to this family and they served everything at breakfast in a bowl.
Oh,
and so I sat down and they were like, is your hot chocolate or chocolat chaud?
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, great, lovely. So I had that. And then they put my cereal in the same bowl.
Oh.
And I was like, I'm not I'm not into this.
No.
And then I had to have my cereal. And then I ate my toast and they put that in the bowl.
Well,
and so I was like, and I knew at the age of 13 that wasn't chic. No. I was like, this. Very clear. I'm sorry, but I am like a good cup, plate, bowl person.
Yeah.
It's very British.
When you eat cereal, how would you eat all of the milk at the bottom? Would you drink it? Would you use a spoon?
So I don't really eat cereal anymore, but back in the day when I did, it depended on the cereal. Okay. Because some of it, like Cocoa Pops, you would save the milk to the end, so you get it's like a chocolate milk chaser.
Yeah.
And then Cheerios always had a good milk taste at the end.
Yeah.
I remember that. But then, yeah, and then I remember learning the trick of if you put the milk in the bowl first and then the cereal actually stays crunchier for longer.
Yes, because you're not pouring it all over it.
Yeah, what a hidden trick.
Yeah, people drinking the milk, it's one of my horrors.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I really can't. I'm not great with milk anyway. Do you know what I mean? I'd never have a glass of milk.
No.
So, and I don't have much on cereal, like just enough, just a little wet.
Oh, yeah.
And that's it. just enough. Just take the edge off. So, yeah, getting to the end of it and people who... And I remember there was a girl at school who used to do it with beans. So she'd eat her beans and then, you've got the bean sauce juice left on the plate. She would eat that with a fork and it still to this day, if I think about it, it goes through me.
What, she'd eat bean juice with a fork?
Yeah, like, to like get it off the plate. Like soup, sort of, yeah.
Oh,
isn't that was horrible.
I hate bean juice so much.
Yeah, bean juice and bin juice, the two worst juices.
Actually, I guess that is something that we've learned as well, is we know what each other's food and pet hates and everything else. So if you're coming over or if I'm coming over here, you know what I'm going to like and what I'm not going to like.
Yeah, because
you would never serve me bean juice.
Never! I wouldn't give you beans. I would never give you a baked bean. No. Unless it was on the side of a really amazing
unless we were having
pie.
Like a hangover day.
Yeah.
And what, baked beans and fish pie?
Baked beans and a fish pie. I'd always have beans with fish pie. Always.
Do you? You love a fish pie,
oh
don't
my
you?
God, it's my favourite. It's my absolute. It's my last supper. Could eat one now.
Do you know, I was just craving fish pie.
Really?
Genuinely, when we were talking about it, I kind of started to zone out. And I was looking over there. I've also noticed you've got teddy bears on that cushion over there.
Oh, yeah.
But I started...
A mirage of a fish pie. No, it's a
cushion. Gosh, don't get me the giggles. I just started thinking fish pie, and then I was like, maybe I'll cook you one.
Oh, yeah. And a birthday fish pie.
Oh. Jamie Oliver's with egg in.
Yeah, and I'll bring a baked bean to go with it. Something that I think surprised us both was our interest in hostess trolleys to keep things warm. We didn't realise that this is something that we'll perhaps work towards owning. And also...
Why do we live in shoebox flats in London? God damn it!
Why can't you keep them outside? And also our love of a pudding trolley.
It's more of an appreciation that you can cart a lot of desserts around in one go.
Yes.
And I also like the unveil of a dessert.
Yes.
That's always fun.
Oh, and have you seen them down here as well?
And you're like, ooh, and then it's always a coffee and walnut cake, I think.
Is it?
Yeah, we were chatting this weekend on the drive back from Newcastle.
You love a tiramisu though, don't you?
Oh,
yeah.
God. How do pudding trolleys, can they keep things cold?
Well, there's an invention. Write that down. The chilled pudding trolley. Yeah, somebody's definitely already done that.
You'd have to have like a generator though, wouldn't you?
Yeah, what straps
maybe it'd be more like a cool box.
Okay, yeah, all right.
Rather than a fridge on wheels.
Yeah. With the battery pack strapped to you.
I can't pitch that on Dragon's Den. No.
You were saying that you were driving back and were you talking about cakes and puddings, inevitably?
Yes, always. Yes. And coffee and walnut cake is a firm favourite when it comes round.
I'd never go for it.
Carrot cake?
I'd happily see off a carrot cake.
See off.
A Victoria sponge. Call me boring.
Never. I love a Victoria sponge.
Yeah, I do. And it would have to have, preferably, buttercream in the middle with the jam. I mean, look, I'd force it down if it was jam alone, but preferably
I would never make a Victoria sponge without buttercream.
No.
Never.
Oh.
It's like one of my foolproof desserts, Victoria sponge.
Yes.
I make a mean one.
Oh, right, I'm coming round.
Right, that's it.
I want fish pie.
Okay.
I'll bring wine and beans and you can make a Victoria sponge. This is actually
what a gift bag you'll bring.
the night of my life. Yeah, and me.
Party popper?
Yes, why not? Oh, look, mine got stuck as well.
Oh, God.
This was entertainment in the 80s. This was all you had. And then you all had to close your eyes and pin a tail on a donkey. That was a thing, wasn't it?
That was a weird game. I was never good at that. I felt very insecure at a birthday party being spun with something sharp in my hand and then walking in a random direction. For me, I knew at the age of 5 that was an accident waiting to happen.
You saw that health and safety.
I would have got someone's eye, mainly because I was going like thrashing my arm around to get there. Terribly sorry, Samantha. Did I get... Got her, yes.
Yeah. She was the birthday girl. Because we were born in the 80s, we went to those birthday parties.
Gosh,
you know, and I remember June, right? Because you couldn't buy... You know how you can buy amazing birthday cakes now? You can just go in and, you know, there's Peppa Pig's face waiting for you. Well, you couldn't do that like in the early 90s.
No.
You had to make your own. And Mum stayed up all night. June stayed up all night making crayons, a crayons cake. And her friend turned up and went, June, it's a packet of condoms. It looked just like a packet of condoms. Isn't that great? And do you know what else?
June as well should have been absolutely devastated.
Oh my gosh, doing it at midnight with a Pinot. Half a fag, a menthol fag, trying to ice it.
Oh, poor June. What a mum, though.
I know.
Sheila would have never done that.
What would Sheila have served?
Well, Sheila was the kind of woman, though. She was like, I'm too busy to do that. So we'd go to, like, I think I've told you this before. We'd go to, like, country fetes, and she would have to bake a cake. Everyone in the village would have to bake a cake. She would go to the farm shop, buy it, put it on in a tray, put it down, and then buy it back an hour later.
I love her for it. June once sent us to the Harvest Festival. You know how when you go to the Harvest Festival at school, you have to take tins, because it's to go to the local community, isn't it? So you take tin foods and you take things, non-perishables, a bag of rice. June gave us, the first thing she could lay her hand on, a pineapple. We took a pineapple.
Perfect for Harvest Festival. Really screams Harvest.
Yeah, Mum was like, everybody needs good health. Everybody needs good... They'll really appreciate that pineapple.
Down at the OAP home. They won't be able to bloody get in it.
Resting it on the altar at church. There it is. Who brought the pineapple? Sarah Powell.
Gosh, they're obviously from a well-travelled background.
A pineapple. Oh my gosh.
So Sheila, when she did birthday cakes, she would always just like buy a normal cake.
Yeah.
You know, like it was never a birthday cake, and then she'd like stick a few character animals. We sometimes get to just stick toys on it.
Yeah, your own toys are stuck on a cake. Totally, we used to do that.
And then that was it. Job done. Do you know what I didn't like at kids' birthday parties? I hated that bird song. Hated that. I don't know why I'm getting excited and dancing.
Oh, but now it's come back.
Oh yeah, well, making a comeback
after all. Did you do a Pizza Hut?
I never enjoyed doing that.
Pizza Hut.
I would always go and take 5.
Yeah. I'm going to sit this one out, actually, thanks. If you want me, I'll just be in the back.
I'll have a lemonade and a bit of jelly, thank you.
Yeah, thanks, everyone. I'm just going to slip out. I'm just going to sit this one out.
Just going to take 5.
Yeah. You know what, though? When we had Pass the Parcel, now kids play Pass the Parcel. I just said pass. I went Southern on it.
Oh,
Pass the Parcel. Pass the Parcel. You never had... presents in all the layers. Like, that's a thing now. You have to have you pass it round, wouldn't you? And then you take your layer off. Oh, you know, pass it round again. And then you just have to wait until you got the prize at the end. Now, kids get upset if there isn't a little something on each layer.
They don't know they were born.
Ridiculous.
You get to the bottom of the parcel that we did, and it was only like a 2p packet of sweets.
Oh, if you were lucky.
It was nothing fancy.
June, it was a pineapple.
That'd be one weighty thing, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Oh!
Pass it round, that's it.
I used to like wrapping it, though.
Yes.
I used to like knowing that there was the art of deception.
What do you
With
mean?
my friends, that I'd know what was in the middle.
Okay.
But they didn't, so I'd wrap all the Pass the Parcel. Oh, I can't wait to be a dad.
Oh, you'll be brilliant.
And do all the Pass the Parcel.
Yeah.
I'll probably get really overexcited. I reckon I'll be quite an emotional dad.
Yeah.
You know, just like every little thing I'll just cry at.
Oh, God!
Yeah. Like they're playing musical chairs. Oh! Birthday streamers. Oh!
They blew a candle out with a sneeze. Oh!
That'll be me. 100%.
Yeah, gorgeous. So if you are a regular listener to the podcast, or actually if this is just the first time you've listened, you are now part of the Port Salut crew.
Welcome aboard.
And it is not a one-way street here. So you can get in touch. You can tweet us. I am at this Sarah Powell.
And I'm at Jules Von Hat.
You can Instagram comment us. We love that.
Snapchat.
Yes, Snapchat, the snappy chat, if you're interested with our Jules here. Or you can write to us in the PO box.
Which will be put in the box underneath the video. We're pointing down, and also we'll put it in the box on the podcast. It's weird having two boxes.
Yeah.
A lot of boxes there. A lot of boxes.
But a lot of ways to see the PO box address, nevertheless.
Right. Correspondence. Oh, my favourite bit. And then Sarah has just handed me my correspondence. Now, this is really nice because it's on a YouTube video, so we can show you the correspondence.
Yes. Normally we have to describe it.
Yes, but this one, for those who are listening who can't be bothered to come and visit the YouTube, thank you very much. It's from Los Angeles, California.
Oh my God.
So, I mean, if ever I've had an excuse to do my American accent, it's right now. Enjoying, actually, total lie, Christmas stamp.
Oh, get a life.
I wonder when it's from, actually. 2013, enjoying that.
Okay, recycled. Yeah, really enjoying that. That's awesome. Maybe it was posted in 2013. Surely not.
Okay. Oh! How did they know?
That's amazing. So this card was sent before we said it was our birthday, and it's a birthday card.
And it says, and a little post-it on the front. Oh my God, this is blowing my mind. P.S. If you read this on air, please be sure to use your best Southern California accent.
Oh my God.
I don't really know the difference between accents, but I
No.
know people that I've met from LA talk like that.
Totally.
And they like drag it out.
Yeah.
Right? Enjoying this.
Yes, show the cover.
So cover,
Yeah.
little birthday card, and then
That is
inside
amazing.
we have
Spirals.
Spirals. Dear Jules and Sarah, I listen to your podcast on my evening 3-mile run. How exhausting. Each night after work. Sometimes I have to stop to work. Sometimes I have to stop to walk after laughing out loud.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. A few people are listening to us while they exercise.
Oh my gosh.
Couldn't think of anything worse,
I know.
to be honest.
I suppose the cheese chat
It
could
spur
propel
you
you
on.
on.
We don't want thighs like Jules and Sarah. Just keep going. I love how well you two truly know each other.
Oh my
and I
God.
have been having fun testing and expanding my cheese repertoire.
Oh my God.
How did I not know about Port Salut?
Do you know what? It's all part of the service.
One day, Port Salut will thank us.
Yes.
They owe us.
One day they'll send us
They'll
some.
see the spike in their sales
Yes.
in their Monday morning meeting.
Yeah.
I know how much you two enjoy different stationery. I picked this card just for the occasion. It certainly is different. Thanks for the laughs and cheese recommendations. Could you post a pic of Ken and Sheila's sliding door? I'm so curious to see how that turned out.
Yeah.
Much love, a dedicated fan, Maisie.
Maisie.
I'm going with Maisie. Sorry if your name is Lindsay.
Yeah. Do you know what that is? That's the most amazing handwriting. It looks like it's been printed on.
It's so gorgeous. And then on the side it says, a very happy belated birthday, Jules. You are 30 and fabulous. Come on in.
Come on in.
But also, perfect timing for the podcast birthday. Thank you so much for sending this into the PO box.
Oh, it's got a bit Bristol.
Oh, I see that. Yeah, I don't really know how that happened. Let's move that on, all right?
Gorgeous. So this postcard has come in. Now, you'll really enjoy this because this is from Stockholm in Sweden. And the ticker across the top tells you what the weather was like when it was posted from Sweden.
Oh my gosh.
It was cloudy with sunny spells.
Good to know.
Highs of 14 when this was posted. So what's Swedish? I'll be rubbish at
But
this.
it's like hurdy-gurdy, isn't it? Like, hello.
Hello, Jules and Sarah!
That will do.
Okay, it's a bit Eurovision, I'm so sorry. I know it isn't Tokyo, but it still feels pretty far out. Here I am. What am I doing?
I like how it's louder.
Yeah. Here I am, listening to the latest episode of the podcast in my apple tree, chic, Casual.
Oh, fabulous.
Whilst picking grapes. How's that coming off?
Picking grapes in an apple tree.
Fine.
Mental in Sweden.
I think they'll go great with some brie. Too right they will. Anyways, I better hold on so I don't fall down from laughing so much.
Ah.
You guys are just the best. Have fun recording a new episode. All the best of love and cheese from Vendala in Stockholm. Gorgeous. And look, there she is. There she is, listening
in the apple tray.
In the apple tray. And do you know what? She's right. There are grapes. I would say,
yeah,
there's some vine apple hybrid going on. But there she is. Thank you.
You're
oh
very
my God.
attractive, isn't she?
Gorgeous.
Gorgeous,
Look at
darling.
her. Beautiful. So we wanted to do some tweets as
We're
well.
also going to do tweets, not to, totally go with the PO box alone.
I know that we do love the PO box. But if you can't stretch to a stamp, then you can tweet. No, we love you. We love you tweeting and we love you Instagramming us. So who have you got?
This is so embarrassing, I need to burp, but when you remember that you're being filmed, you're like, how do I do that on the stealth? Sometimes if we burp during the podcast, you can kind of lean away from the microphone and be like, but when it's recording, you're like,
you can cut this bit.
Never. Oh yeah, it's in my hands this week, the editing.
Yes.
Apologies if it's done badly. This comes from Jameen on Twitter. I think she's Australian. Yes. Give me into Australian. All right, here we go.
All right.
My lovely colleague and I are huge fans. Podcast gold. Bit like my shirt, doll.
Yeah, doll.
We often giggle uncontrollably, reliving our favourite parts of the show in our very open plan office with excellent Sydney views if you ever want to visit.
Oh, yes, we will. Thank you so much.
Pay for the flights, darling, I'm there.
Oh,
Only
God.
flying business, just to let you know. Thank you for the lols.
I'll go in economy.
Hun, you are welcome. Thank you for tuning in all the way from down under.
All the way. I love that they recreate things.
Yes, because I actually went back and I said, what do you recreate?
Yeah.
And they were like, news from the north and also the mums.
Oh, the
Or
mums. Or dad. Ken, Sheila, June.
It's all in there.
All of them. So I have got a little tweet here from that gent Mark.
Oh!
Yeah, not just any Mark,
That
by the
gent
way.
Mark.
That gent. Re-listening to the back catalogue of Jules and Sarah podcast. Have you been Morris dancing yet then?
No.
Now, this is also something that's come up in the past year. You said that you would go Morris dancing. You were quite keen at one point.
Sadly, the summer has passed.
It has.
So this new hobby will be pushed back till
I don't know.
spring, summer
I think you
2017.
can Morris dance any time of the year.
I know, but the thing is, I know I'd enjoy it.
You would.
I would
love it.
Flinging a hanky about and slapping some sticks together.
Beautiful.
It's like a gay club.
Oh my God. You'd do it for the knee-high socks alone.
Oh, and the bells.
Yes. Oh my gosh, we've got to do it. You have got to Morris dance.
For a YouTube video?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. Yes, we will do a YouTube video where we go and Jules will Morris dance and I'll sit and eat a cream tea.
Fine.
Gorgeous.
Now, one thing we always like to do on the podcast is ask how our parents are.
Yes.
I've just seen on some of the lights, like streamers just popped up. It's just hilarious. Bedlam in here,
it's
isn't
like
it?
a brothel.
Steady. Ken.
Ken's your dad, June's my mum, and they have been on the podcast. June's been on the podcast since day one, to the point where she's got a bit busy with the podcast and she'll
Very
send
involved.
things in. She likes to write in, talk about this on the podcast. Didn't like it when you did that on the podcast, that sort of thing. So you get feedback. But she has sent a little text in for our birthday. So hello, June. As it's nearly 12 months since the first podcast, I decided to listen to said first podcast as I prepare to pack for 3 climates in 1 country in 2 cases. A little bit of vision for
Yes.
you. You sound so well behaved. In October 2015, you have come so far, and the latest ones are now so fast and slick. I don't think we've ever been described as slick, so thank you, Mummy. Well done to you two for maturing like a beautiful Stilton with sharp crackers and a cheeky chutney.
Aww.
Very proud of you both. Please pass on to Jules as I don't have his number.
For a reason,
Yeah.
June. Ken has sent this text. Happy birthday, Sarah and Jules. It's Jules and Sarah, but I think it's just been polite putting you first. It's better than that. Brilliant podcast, which should definitely be at Edinburgh Fringe next year.
Oh!
Keep me laughing. Oh, Ken!
Keep me laughing!
Ken and June need to come on the YouTube, I reckon.
They really, really do. June, you only have to put the call in. She'll be at the door. She'll be at the door in 20 minutes.
If you're watching this on YouTube and you want to see Ken and June on YouTube, comment in the box below, because the more comments we get, the more it is likely to happen, because it will be a case of showing them the comments to then bring them to the lens.
If they know there's an audience for it.
They'll be like a whip it out the stocks for it. They'll love it.
They really will. We've learnt a lot through doing News from the North. Right, which still
Considerable
remains.
amount.
Oh my gosh, so much.
I think one of my favourite stories is the Maxi Mover.
Now, this is also going right back to the beginning of the podcast. Just for those who can't recall or place the Maxi Mover, what was it?
A Maxi Mover was a giant transit van that moved about, I think it was in Lincolnshire, but just the fact that it was called the Maxi Mover, I was obsessed with.
Yeah.
And if you are watching this on my YouTube channel and you're thinking, what the hell are these two going on about? You need to get into Jules and Sarah, the podcast, and have a good binge. Also, if you are new to the podcast, go back. Go back. Some of those eps are gems, aren't they?
Absolutely. Some of them not so much. So
no, yes.
Some of them
maybe avoid the ones where I've just got back from caning it on a festival weekend. That's a bit bad. Right. I have got one. It's rather if you aren't watching this, I've got the most incredible glasses on, but it is slightly difficult to read my News from the North in these. So if you see me kind of craning in, this is why. This one comes from one of my favourite titles, and really where I'm from originally, the Craven Herald and Pioneer.
Good solid publication.
EB Grandma celebrates 70th birthday with a tattoo.
I love her. Can we just show that picture of her?
An employee at the Co-op store in Earby celebrated her 70th birthday. I feel like I'm 70 in these glasses. In style by getting her first ever tattoo.
Love her. What's her name?
Dora Jones, who has worked at the Victoria Road store for over 10 years, decided to have a butterfly inked onto her arm and asked customers and colleagues to sponsor her for a charity to take the plunge.
Oh, okay, so she's done it. I thought initially, I was like, Dora, we've all got to pay for our own tattoos.
Yeah, I know. Come on, Dora,
and
don't
now
be tight.
I feel terrible because it's for charity.
The plucky grandmother, who was delighted to raise £482 and donated all funds to the British Red Cross, the Co-op's national charity partner.
Lovely.
Rachel Hall, the Co-op's area manager, said Dora wanted to mark her 70th birthday with a series of firsts and decided to launch her own personal sponsored tattoo crusade. Dora. We're really proud of Dora and her fundraising efforts. Now she has a permanent reminder there of her amazing 70th birthday celebrations. She's always very well known in the local area and was overwhelmed to receive such strong support from the customers and colleagues who have done her proud in raising such tremendous amount of money for the charity. Mohammed Ayez, team manager at the Co-op store in Earby. From the team and the cooperative in Earby, we would like to thank all involved and local community and especially our customers who have supported us with our charity. Launched in 2015, the charity campaign aims to tackle loneliness and social isolation in communities across the UK.
Lovely.
I have a lot of foundation on and these glasses are slipping rather a lot. Well, what a gorgeous piece of news that was.
Divine. Really lovely.
Can I take these off yet?
Yes, you can.
No, I'll wait.
No, wait.
Wait till the segment's over, Jules.
Wait till the item's finished. If she's doing a load of firsts for her 70th, what were the other firsts? All I can think of is filth. Isn't that awful?
Oh my God, me too.
Terrible. Dora, happy birthday, darling.
Happy birthday, Shag.
So, in a similar vein, I have got secret to long life is Scotch whiskey. Reveals UK's oldest woman, Grace Jones, not the Grace Jones, celebrating her 110th birthday.
Gosh, she's clinging on.
One of Britain's oldest women, who recently celebrated her 110th birthday, has revealed the secret to her long life is a daily dram of whiskey. Grace Jones, known to her friends as Amazing Grace, is the 10th oldest person in the UK. I never miss my nightcap. Sorry, that was awful. I was like somewhere sort of between Newcastle and Scotland. What, Scotland? Where?
Scotland.
I never miss my nightcap. All I have is whiskey at night.
Fair enough.
She says her longevity is down to having a nightcap of Scotland's famous Grouse single malt whiskey. She'll be sent a couple of bottles of that now.
Yes.
Every evening for the last 60 years. She was born on September the 16th, 1906, 5 years after the death of Queen Victoria.
Oh.
The mother of one, who lives in Broadway, Worcestershire, says, I never miss my nightcap. She's not actually Scottish, it turns out, after all that.
Oh, well, how disappointing.
Yes. Yeah. All I have is the whiskey at night. Whiskey's very good for you. I started having a nightly tot of it when I turned 50, and I've been having it every night for the past 60 years, and I certainly have no intention of stopping now. My doctor said, keep up the whiskey, Grace. It's good for your heart. Quite unofficial doctor advice there.
I'm kind of into it, though.
I still feel the same as I did when I was 60. The best memory of my life was when I married my husband, Leonard. He was a true gentleman, the son of a parson.
Oh. I thought you were going to say a parsnip. And then I was like, a parson, that would make more sense.
We were always together and we loved one another. I feel fine. I feel full of spirit, and I've got 7 cards from the Queen now.
Spirit being the key word.
Yeah. This year's was a very nice one, as if the other cards that the Queen said, they were a bit ropey. She let herself down last year, but she's pulled it back. It was lovely this year. I have received a lot of nice cards and presents this year, and they're still coming in. We will be here next year as well. The former factory owner celebrated her milestone birthday with family and friends at Buckland Manor, a large country estate where she enjoyed a drinks reception. Bet she did. Followed by lunch and, of course, a complimentary glass of whiskey.
Divine. Utterly divine.
Just, happy birthday, Grace and Dora.
Nailing it.
Yes.
Mental. Party popper?
Yes. Oh.
God, that was a strong one, wasn't it? Anthrax poppers. Where the hell did you buy these?
Pound shop.
That'll explain everything. These were always fun, actually. I forgot about these.
Except they got irritating and then your mum would hide them. So, we always play Would You Rather. Are you ready?
Always.
Jules, would you rather be a wrestler or a jellyfish?
Okay, so if I'm a wrestler, I've got to be pretty tough. Although I get to roll around with muscly men.
Yeah, you do.
So there's that kind of kink element of it. But if I was a jellyfish, I kind of get to swim around, be with fish, dolphins.
Dolphins, you could bump into a dolphin. Jules, that's something else we learnt on the podcast. Jules,
hate dolphins.
A gross mistrust of dolphins.
It's the teeth and their intelligence.
Yeah.
Can't trust them. But then, I don't know, a wrestler has to wear lycra.
Yeah.
And I won't be able to eat cheese.
And I think you'll get hurt as well.
Oh, yeah. Can you imagine me in a headlock?
Oh.
So, I think it's definitely got to be a jellyfish.
And thank goodness we have the headwear to discuss both these items in full. So, listen, thank you so much for listening and for watching. And we just love you so much. Thank you for coming on this ridiculous journey with us.
I don't know what you mean.
And we do always like to finish on Jules's word or affirmation of the week. What have you gone for?
I think it had to be affirmation this week.
Go on.
And it's really on the cuff. Another year older, another year wiser, and another year more fabulous.
Gorgeous.
Cheers, Clintons will be on. They'll be writing in anytime soon, wanting me to do their cards.
Thank you so much. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Portsaloo crew.
Love you.
Love you. Bye.
Wait.
Oh. So Sarah, just in case she's still listening, Sarah has sprayed her whole living room with confetti. When's your cleaner come in?
Oh, not till next week.
Oh, God, get the Hoover out. Thanks so much for watching, listening. And if you are watching on YouTube, please leave us comments underneath. We love you.
My nerves are shot. There's $3.99 I'll never get back. Thank you. We love you. Bye-bye. Do you just rotate it and then it pops?
What does it say? Yeah.
Compressed air action.
God.
It sounds terrifying.
What is going to happen?
Well, it'll just be fun.
I love the risk of being blinded.
Yes.